Hello, girls and boys. This is Mr. Gallagher doing a part of the lesson for I Know My Nation this week. The plan was I was going to do it, and then Mr. Jones volunteered to help me out. But after the last week, I thought I'd like to be part of the conversation and lesson for today. It's 1 week since Election Day in the United States of America, and there has been a lot of news in all kinds of places, the internet, the computer, phones, TV, talking about the election results. I wanted us, students and teachers, to be part of the conversation. So I decided to teach a lesson about this. I have some vocabulary cards in front of me, and like last time, I wanted to emphasize with you the important words that are moving around us right now. And so, I want to talk a little bit about those things. People cast their ballots last week, and for the weeks before that, because there is early voting as well. They cast their ballots for all kinds of positions and jobs in the government. The election of the President of the United States has been the most newsworthy, the information and the story that's in most of the news stories for the last week. People cast their ballots. I've learned in the last few days that more people voted in this election than in any other year for the last 100 plus years. That's exceptional news. The plus of that is that so many people felt committed in their hearts and in their heads to be part of the process of the decision making for our nation. They cast their ballots. This year, 2020, is the 100th anniversary of women in the United States fighting for and achieving the right to vote, enfranchisement. Those brave women were called suffragists. Let's put that in our brain 3 times. Suffragist, suffragist, suffragist. Some people call them suffragettes, but I've learned that that actually was considered an unkind word for all of those strong women at that time who fought for, not this kind of fight, but fighting in marches and in letters and in demonstrations that women should be treated the same way as men. Suffragists, 100 years ago, achieved. I learned something new recently, that sometimes people say women got the right to vote. They did not get the right to vote. They fought for the right to vote. They achieved that milestone, and that's something to keep track of. They did not just get it. They worked for many years to achieve that result. Women were part of the ballot. There's still decisions that some people think need to be made around continuing to count all of the votes that are available in the country, all of the ballots, to be positive that the 2 people who are believed to be the president and vice president elect, that means they are not in the job yet. Election day was last week, but the people do not begin their jobs until January 20th, 2021. So all of the jobs that were happening, including Governor Inslee in Washington, and jobs around the country, and the president and vice president-elect, are just people right now who will become President Biden and Vice President Harris in a few months, 70 days or something. Many people are keeping an exact count. They are busy right now with creating committees and work groups. One work group that was just announced today is President-elect Biden, presumptively the person who will become president, has created a committee of important scientists and doctors to help deal with the COVID health crisis. Now what happens now is the person who is the president transfers the power of the presidency. What we talk about in the country is there's a peaceful transfer of power. Oops. Transfer, let's put that in our brain 3 times. Transfer, transfer, transfer. Right now, because some people feel that Joe Biden has not achieved all of the numbers necessary, that right now it's considered contentious. Contentious, contentious, contentious. That means disagreement. Strong disagreement about the validity, the accuracy of the vote count. So there's talk about lawsuits, and some people believe that the Biden-Harris ticket, the 2 people coming in, hasn't been confirmed yet. Other people feel that it is confirmed. President-elect Biden, at this point we'll call him that because that's what most people believe, but some people don't, collected 74 million votes. That's the most any president has received in the history of the country, as I understand it. Donald Trump received 70. Both numbers are considered the highest ever in a presidential election. Barack Obama, the president previously, he received more than 69 million. So both Biden and Trump received more votes than that and are considered to have the highest, 74 in history, and 70 the second highest in history. That's the popular vote. 74 million people in the country voted for Joe Biden to be president and Kamala Harris to be vice president. There's another vote count, and this number needs to be in your brain. 270, 270, 270, 270. Because there's another unit, entity, group in the United States that also determines who becomes president. Each state has electoral college votes. And the winner, to be considered the president, receives 270. Joe Biden went past that. He went past that. So he has more than 270 votes right now. That's why people say he is the presumptive, the president-elect. 270. Lots of things swirling around, including our friends, the red and blue. Red and blue, which are also colors on the flag. And the pieces I wanted to share with you today, which I'm holding in my heart and holding in my head as I listen to so much news, some of it contentious, about the transfer of power. Are all of the ballots being counted? Did the number 270 electoral college votes actually get achieved for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to be president and vice president? With all of that swirling around, sometimes my head hurts and my heart hurts. I keep coming back to 3 things that I wanted to share with you today that I thought were really important and you should have in your brain. We the people. Our Constitution, which is a legal document that helped create our government more than 200 years ago, begins with the words, we the people. We the people, we the people, we the people. We the people in order to form a more perfect union. That was the thought at that time. We did not have states. The areas of the country, in the eastern part of the country, like New York, where I'm from, being one of them, were called colonies. They were connected to a different country called England. We had a war, a revolutionary war, or the War of Independence. And the result of that war was that we were considered free from England and needed to create a nation. We the people are really important words that we hold here and here. Because we can be one people. We the people. Moving forward, it isn't just the government that decides what happens in our nation. We the people do. How we speak to each other, how we act to each other, how kind we are, how respectful we are in our listening, in our words, in our actions. We can create the nation that many people wish to happen. It's not just the government, it's us, we the people. In head, in heart, and in word and deed. I'm going to be talking in my class about this. We have a responsibility to be part of the we the people. The other is this phrase. For many people, this is considered the motto of our nation. Something our nation aspires to or lives by. It comes from another language called Latin, and it says, E pluribus unum. 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 Impress it so it sticks. It means out of many, one. Which means from many comes one. Out of many, one. E pluribus unum. We, the people. And if I think about it, who is around us? Different individuals in your house make one family. Classmates together with teachers make one class. Many classes make one school. Many schools make one school district. Many citizens make one neighborhood, like Bryant. Many neighborhoods of citizens make one city, like Seattle. Many citizens in many cities make King County. That's an area that we live in. Many counties made up of many citizens in Washington make one state of Washington. Many states made up of many citizens make one nation, the United States of America. Out of many, one. E pluribus unum. Each of us becomes the one with others. So thinking of you and your family, and all those families in Seattle, King County, Washington, the United States. You as a person, in your class at school, your classes together, schools together, neighborhoods together, Bryant, Seattle, King County, Washington State, the United States of America. Out of many, one. E pluribus unum. We the people. Our flag has these two colors, and we usually say the three colors this way: red, white, and blue. The color white in the middle is considered a color of strength through peace. I am believing deep in my heart and deep in my head that the white color in between the red and white, as seen in our flag, will bring these two groups together in the days and the weeks and the months and the years ahead. So we can live up to the value of E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. And genuinely be we the people. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again soon.